Look, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I had to record this twice. I was so excited to talk about this. I made so many mistakes in my first review. I was like, that's just not even going to flow. So, yep, here we go. We're doing it again, and this time we're gonna get it right because this is my review of Free Guy. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And I'm very excited to talk about the film Free Guy, which is Ryan Reynolds' new film. And it's been a long time coming. I mean, I remember this being at New York Comic-Con right before the pandemic. So it was that 2019. And, you know, this is a 20th Century Fox project. And with everything that's happening now with Fox being acquired by Disney and all sorts of other things, including the pandemic, this is a long time coming. And I've been super excited to see this. And man, did it deliver. This film was so much fun. So much fun. This is you cannot miss. You do not miss this film. You absolutely go and see it. And as it's suggested, and as I'm going to reinforce, you totally want to see this in theaters because it is way worth it. But there's a lot to kind of talk about with the plot with this film. Like, it's not complex, but it is a little bit beefy. But I'm going to get it all broken down for you as well. Let's talk about a lot of other interesting things. I'm not going to spoil too much, but I am going to give you a little bit of insight of things to expect in this because it gets crazy. But the first thing I want to say is that there are a ton of cameos, an absolute ton of cameos. Some that you're going to see visually, and some you may hear verbally. So keep your ears peeled and your eyes glued because you never know who you may see. And there's one person I am going to talk about because I just can't resist. But there's a ton of voices you may be familiar with if you just keep your eyes glued and your ears peeled. So, you know, pay attention. Tons of cameos here. And with this being Ryan Reynolds' film, you know it's going to have some similarities to Deadpool, especially in the beginning with him narrating and all sorts of, even like the visuals a little bit kind of felt like Deadpool a little bit. Coming from Fox, being Ryan Reynolds, now with Disney, all that other sort of stuff. You know, it just makes sense. This is his home. And Ryan Reynolds is so fantastic. I mean, this is him at his peers. He is off the walls. He is crazy. He is just a lunatic at times. But he's so lovable. I mean, what can you say? Ryan Reynolds should be on everybody's top 5 favorite lists. So, but yeah, he plays this guy. He plays this character, Guy, who lives in Free City. Free City happens to be a video game world. And with him being an NPC, a non-playable character, his routine is very easy. He wakes up every morning, kisses his fish, gets coffee, and goes to work at a bank. Until one day, he goes across this one character who just completely catches his eye, and it throws him off of his daily routine, which is problematic for the gaming developers because NPCs are supposed to do the exact same thing. Come to find out, Ryan Reynolds' character Guy isn't just an NPC, but he's more like an algorithm, AI, artificial intelligence, because he's able to learn, adapt, and this is super problematic for the gaming developers because this can cause glitches within the game. So, you know, you have to imagine as he starts to learn and grow within the game, this also can cause other things in the game to also go wrong. So there's in-game ramifications with what he's doing, and then there's real world ramifications for what he's doing. But yeah, he's more like a variant because he's stepping out of his path and doing whatever he wants to do. By the way, when you talk about the video game Free City is pretty much a combination of Grand Theft Auto Online, Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, and The Sims. Grand Theft Auto 5 Online because of just people running around creating chaos, havoc, violence all over the place for unnecessary reasons. It's just like, if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, you know it's nothing like that jungle anywhere else. And then The Sims because of the aspect of Guy who is developing, he's growing, and he can interact with other characters and all that other sort of stuff. So it's like it's more Grand Theft Auto with a little bit of Sims, but it is to mash up the two of them when you think about it. And essentially the film even feels like just a live action Grand Theft Auto online game because it's just it's havoc going everywhere. It just doesn't make sense at times. And by the way, the soundtrack is just phenomenal in this film. A lot of Mariah Carey. I'm not going to comment on that, but there's a very lot of Mariah Carey people here. So let's talk about the real world ramifications. So you have this company, Tsunami, who developed Free City. And obviously you have this character Guy who is becoming a pain for them. And within Tsunami, you have a developer, Keys, who works for there. And he's super intelligent. He's an MIT graduate, but he's content with his role within the job. He clearly has skill to be any other position, but he's cool with how he is. He's even offered a promotion. He's like, nah, I'm good. His partner, Millie, who doesn't work for the company, is trying to sue the company because Millie and Keys developed code, sold it to Tsunami. They promised they were going to build them a game, and they didn't. They shelved it. Kind of find out there seems to be fingerprints of their code within this game, and she's suspicious of it, and she's going to investigate and get to the bottom of it. I'll come back to that. So at the same time, too, why Guy is becoming overly popular amongst the world, because he's a global phenomenon. This game is super popular and everybody is tuning into it, which brings in another audience of people. The top gaming Twitch and YouTube streamers are all keeping an eye out on this, because they're just like, who is this person? And I'm gonna come after that now. So going back to Millie creates a character that enters the game, and she happens to be the character that Guy ends up rendezvousing with, who makes Guy start to evolve. She's in the game because she knows that the secrets that she need to pursue her lawsuit, the evidence that she need, is within the game, and she just has to uncover it, but she needs a little bit of help, which in this case, Guy, who's evolving, seems to be the perfect ally for her. But she tells Guy, in order for you to actually help me, because Guy's interested in her, but she's like, if in order for you to help me, you're gonna have to level up. And this is where Guy goes on to this journey and becoming the fastest player to level up. And so now it's catching the eye's attention, and he becomes this new phenomena and blue shirt guy. And you have Millie's character alongside a blue shirt guy who goes into the game in order to uncover the secret so that she can pursue her lawsuit. And at the same time, there's a love element aspect to that. So it's super crazy, super fun, and a lot's going on. All the top streamers make cameos within this. All the top streamers from Twitch and YouTube, including Ninja, they're basically reacting to what's going on in the game. And because all of this happening is grabbing the attention of the world, Tsunami's not happy. Well, eventually they're happy, but they're not happy because they can't contain this, because it's not just the character they can boot. This is actually code within the game. And obviously if they are able to uncover the secrets of the code, then it obviously will take down the company, causing a major lawsuit. Also, at the same time, while all of this is all happening, they're getting ready to launch Free City 2, which is not going to import anything from Free City 1, which means that if Guy does not uncover the secrets before the launch of the second game, he will then no longer exist, which solves the problem for Tsunami, but also the code that Millie and Keys want will be gone, also losing their friend / love interest in Guy. So that's everything that's going on. I say it's a lot, it's very chunky, but it's just absolute fun. Hopefully that didn't sound boring or anything to you. But while all this is happening, I have got to tell you that Ryan Reynolds is just something else. He's so fun, so crazy. The dialogue, the action that's going on, all of the comedic moments that's happening, even the love element into this is even kind of fun as well too. Weird and fun, should I say. It's just a visually beautiful film. Like, it's definitely something you want to see in theaters. And even with everything that's happening, this film actually gives you a new appreciation for NPCs, because you're just like, oh, I used to just run down the street and beat down this person, whatever. But now this film gives a voice to the voiceless, and you actually may start to want to play your game's a little different, where you just don't want to create random violence. You know what I mean? Because Guy is the voice of the NPCs. But let's talk about the ending here. Well, first, let's talk about the cameo here. The one I was talking about. Channing Tatum is in this, and you're like, where the hell has Channing Tatum been at? And he is a character in the game, and he's hitting all his Magic Mike moves, and he's just so funny. And he's played by the character's played by the stereotypical gamer in his mom's house, and the mom is vacuuming and all that other stuff. So we see all that crazy stuff kind of happening. But when Channing Tatum and Ryan Reynolds have scenes together, it is like nothing else. It is easily the best part of this film, besides the conclusion of this film, which I'm not going to totally spoil, but it's so wild I have got to tell you some things about this here. The ending of this film is so wild because it encompasses Disney properties. We're talking Avengers, we're talking Star Wars, so you could just imagine what possibly may happen and cameos involved with that, and it gets nuts. You're going to lose it when you see it. And there's also some sprinkles of Fortnite. Anybody who plays that game also involved in this as well too. So like, yeah, tons of Disney references, all that sorts of stuff is all in there. And as I said, there's a ton of Mariah Carey in here for some odd reason. So if you love Mariah Carey, then you will be happy to hear her song played over and over and over and over and over and over and over. But yeah, this film is instantly fun. It's a ride. It's an adventure. Lil Rel, who plays Guy's best friend, and his character is what I used to really love about Kevin Hart. He's comedic, but he's not over the top. The compliment to your main character as that, you know, that comedic piece to it. It's so enjoyable, so much fun. The two of them work really well. I mean, Ryan Reynolds seems to be able to work with anybody at this point. So, you know, it's typical Ryan Reynolds at his purest. It's so good, so fun. This is the film you do not miss. I'm telling you, so much fun. I cannot wait to check this out again. It's tons of explosion. This is visually pleasing. It's verbally pleasing. The acting is amazing. The cameos and the Easter eggs, all that makes you all so happy to see this. So, folks, definitely check out Free Guy. Jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts about this film once you check it out. It's finally coming out after so long. Check it out in theaters. I highly suggest. It is an experience that you don't want to miss. But yeah, folks, jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this film. And as always, folks, stay tuned because more reviews are coming very soon.